Vagrant performs the following task with single command. It creates a VM using the base images. I will come to base images in next slide. Vagrant configures the virtual machine specific setting and configuration using the Vagrant file. Automates the configuration management of virtual machine using the configuration management software. I will discuss workflow. With workflow understanding, you will get automatically how Vagrant work. So this is our Vagrant machine, for example. It is pointing to Vagrant file. Vagrant file is file basically which got all the configuration, and that Vagrant file controls provider. Provider can be VMware, Amazon EC2, VirtualBox, or OpenStack. And it also works with Provisioner. Provisioner is basically your configuration management software. That can be Ansible, Chef, Puppet. So whatever the software you have defined to use. Next thing, we have to understand the Vagrant terminology. This is very important. So what is Vagrant box? A box is a packaged Vagrant environment, typically a virtual machine. Basically, it is a pre-baked operating system image in the Vagrant format, and it got operating system installed and pre-configured. Many times box is also referred as base image. So if someone says base image for Vagrant or someone says box, both are interrelated terms. Provider, as I mentioned in last slide, providers is basically the software which provides virtualization support. And there are two types of providers. One is local, one is remote. In local, VirtualBox, VMware, Docker, Hyper-V, which basically you install on your machine for locally managed virtualization stack. The other provider is remote, which is Amazon Cloud, OpenStack, or Google Cloud. So these are remote providers. Vagrant file. As I mentioned, Vagrant file is the heart. Basically, all the configuration is saved in Vagrant file. So what kind of configuration is saved in Vagrant file? That is, which base image or which box to be used. What will be the host name of target machine? Which particular network to be used? Any specific compute requirement? When I say compute requirement, it means if you want to define your virtual machine with some particular amount of CPU power, let's say 1 CPU, 2 CPUs, or some particular amount of RAM, 1 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB, as per your requirement. So you can control the compute in the Vagrant file. And provisioner config. So these are the settings which are defined in Vagrant file. That's the reason if you go to Vagrant file, you can create many instances or many machines with same configuration, because Vagrant will read Vagrant file while creating the virtual machine, or you can say virtual instance. So if your same file is used, your config is going to be same for target environment. Next thing, Provisioner. As I mentioned in last slide, Provisioner is basically an automation tool or configuration management tool. It can be a shell script also, because